Hi guys, it's me Basil here with the Monster G6. So as you will notice in the actual assembly manual, step 1, it says take bolt 10. Now if you look at the hardware pack, nothing over here actually says part 10. So what do you guys have to do there is very simple. If you go back to the user manual, you will see it says take bolt 10. And you will see bolt 10 and you go across, and the description of the bolts is M10 by 85. So that's what you're looking for in the hardware pack. So you come here and you'll see it's M10 by 85. So that's how you know what bolts you'll be using. Thanks guys. Hi guys, it's me again here, Basil. Starting with the first step of the assembly. Please pay very special attention to, if you look on the top, the distance between this hook for your Smith and the top of the tube versus the distance of the bottom one and the bottom of the tube. You'll also notice behind the unit is an actual sticker. So don't go according to the sticker if it's up or down. You'll notice in the actual first step of the assembly, the part of the knob to the top of the post is higher than the bottom. So that's when you know that one goes to the top. So please make special attention to focus on that and not actual labels.
So Baz, it looks like that if you get this upside down, it is possible to put this up.
It is possible to put it upside down, but after about 2 hours of installation, you're going to be very annoyed when you realize it was a stupid and silly mistake. It could have been avoided.
At the top.
Perfect. Thanks, Miles. Hi guys, another quick step. When you go on to the next step, pay attention to the hole placements. You'll notice here's some threads for bolts on the back, and that's got to do with where you're going to put the guide rods and the weight stacks. There's nothing on the front. So on the manual, you can clearly see that the pulley does stick out. So always be aware of the placement of the holes. And on the manual, it very clearly states that as well. Thanks, guys. Hi, guys. On the second step of putting, or the first step, on the second poles for the G6, take special note, as per my earlier conversation, of the holes. So all fair and well, taking note of these holes facing back, those 4. But make special note of that one and the other one down there and the last one. Make sure that those holes are on the outside, because that's what you would bolt your shroud cover to. So they must be on the outside of the system, and that's what you would bolt your shroud cover to. Thanks guys. Hi guys, I just thought I'd run you through this process of installing the Smith bar. Now you will see in the manual it's not that very clear. So you can see it's one solid bar. Now when you get it in the box, it is one solid bar. Now it makes it very challenging installing the Smith bar when it's one solid bar. So here's an easy fix. So you will see that this is just a case over the bar. So what you will do is you'll actually loosen the screws left and right. Left and right. So there's 2 on each side. Once you've loosened the screws, you will literally slide this actual solid bar out. Now having it separate is an advantage, because what you can do is you lift the housing or the cover out, and all you do is you actually hook it straight on to the unit like that. Now what makes this nice is you don't actually have to take the whole shaft off and fit one in and come back with the shaft. Now what makes this quite nice is, I'm just going to get a second set of hands here. We're just going to do a camera change at the same time. So what makes this quite nice is I'm going to get Miles into the picture now.
So we've got some of Jackie's hand, but that's fine. Jackie has nice hands.
So what I'm going to ask Miles to do is,
Miles again.
I'm going to get him to hold the center part so it doesn't fall off, but he can rock it forward for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bar and I'm going to slide it through this rod over here. And in my next video, I'll be covering what sort of bearings you've got inside this rod. So what you'll then do is slide it straight through the housing, like that. Straight through.
The noises may offend more sensitive viewers in this video. Okay. Please don't be shocked.
Miles, just hold that for me quickly. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put that back in, which we took off earlier, and I'm just going to tighten that nut up. That's what holds
Why did we take that off?
We took that off to
the bearing.
to tell you guys what bearing is going to be tomorrow. So what I want to do is this bearing actually briefly came out here, but we'll get that back in now. It's not a problem. So we're just going to slide that through, stop it there. Okay. And now what we're going to do is push it a bit out. Okay, now what we're going to do is ask Miles to push that rod through.
Miles gets all the interesting jobs.
Okay, there we go. Still push. There we go. It's coming. Push again, Miles. Okay, well, if you do find you challenging with this, what you can do is you can stop it right there. You can find a little friend where he's gone. Where is my rubber hammer gone?
I can see
So we've got the rubber hammer. And Miles is just going to gently,
everybody at home to realise that videos are not scripted.
so Miles can gently give it a tap. You can go harder. Hi guys, we're back again. Just showing you not to be afraid as long as you use a rubber hammer. Not to be afraid. So we've got the rod through. We've got it lined up. But sometimes it's a bit tricky. So all you have to do is not stress and just go through with the rubber hammer. There we go. Done. And you will see, because this rotates around, we have now got to find the bolt holes of where to line it up in. Just as simple as that. You'll see it lines up. Now we're going to turn the inside shaft to find the bolt holes on that one. And you put the bolts in, and there we go. We're all done. Thanks, guys. Cheers for now. Hi, guys. It's me, Basil here, Fitness Network. It's a new day. It's a new dawn. Of course, I've got my chap
new
behind
shirt
me.
on, Baz.
New shirt today.
Where did that come from?
A fresh start. And of course, I've got Miles behind me, the cameraman. He's actually at my international
How's it, guys?
facility.
I'm back again, and I also have a new shirt on today. So,
And Miles is still here at our international facility. So we're actually running you through the Monster G6.
my last day, Baz.
Your last day. So
Go
we're
back
running
to
you
the
through
UK
the
tomorrow.
back to the UK tomorrow. Long
Yeah.
flight, mate.
Yeah, looking forward to it, mate.
So we're going to run through the G6 here. So basically, as you can see, there's not many parts left on the floor. We have got the main frame up. So I'll run you through a couple issues. It's very important that you don't tighten any bolts whatsoever on the machine when you're at this stage. Reason for that being is the frame could be a bit warpy, because if you tighten it, it hasn't had chance to settle. So if you do encounter that problem, make sure you loosen all the bolts, and you just move the machine around like it to settle itself down, and then it's level.
So ideally, also, Baz, is that people should be bolting these machines.
Correct. So you'll notice, ideally, look, it can stand without being bolted down. It's like
Sure.
400, 300, 400 kilos odd. So it can, I think Miles will be able to tell you the exact weight of it, but
498.
there we go. So it can actually stand, but we suggest actually bolting it down. There's mounting
Always
points.
a good idea. Always a good idea.
So you'll
So
see
those
these
are the bolt
mounting
holes,
points
and
in the
those
back
are-
and the front.
Those appear, by the way, if I'm not mistaken, on all of the G series.
All of the G series, correct.
Here, and we're going to be coming in another video. You guys will see more of these. G12, all with bolt holes. Much safer to actually use those.
Now back onto the G6, what is important, we had touched earlier on my earlier video yesterday, is making sure you got your placements of the parts correct. It's vital. You'll notice these little holes over here on the chrome upright poles need to be outside of the system in order for that. These holes need to be on the outside of the system in order to adjust.
So that's where the functional trainer adjustment on
Correct.
comes in.
And the same goes for touching base on that last video. We just need to make sure the holes are on the outside again for the shroud covers. So just make sure everything is clear so you don't have any challenges while doing it. So now we're just going to button up the hatches, finish up this unit, and we'll come back to you shortly. Thanks, guys. Hi, guys. Running you through the cabling of the G6. You'll find it goes extremely fast because the lovely manufacturers have left the pulleys in the units for us, so we don't have to find the bolts or anything like that. So it runs through the top of the pulley, straight down through the bottom, straight back up again, through the top over here, straight back down around the pulley there, straight back up.
Hold on, slowly, Baz.
Straight back down.
Baz warps it at warp speed, yeah. Okay.
Straight back up.
Cool.
Around there, around the top, and straight back down into the housing over here.
That is easy, Baz.
That is extremely easy. And that is the cabling. Hi guys, me again, showing you the important step of cabling the G6. So as you'll notice on the floor, this fitting actually comes off the one end of the cable, so you're left with a plain cable. Advantage of that is you can go straight through the bottom where it needs to come through and straight out. There's your first step of cabling done.
You make it look very easy.
So it is quite simple, and then what you do is you pick this up, you put your silver bracket back on, or sorry, you put the ball back on, then you put the silver bracket back on, the front of the ball, that would slide on like that, and there we go. That's it, everything's through, threaded. Thanks guys.